Yeah, just say this. What is I need to do with that means.
Sorry, no plates.
By the way, the same question was asked
So we need electrical and where's Thomas at?
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't see him come in.
I didn't either.
I saw Bob come in, so maybe I actually didn't. Yeah. Focus on it good.
I would have to have I guess they oh, nice. You don't need to
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start now.
why is this like just ripping? They did not cut this very well.
Alright, is that better at all? Can you all hear me? Alright. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started then. Can everyone in the back hear me as well? Yeah? Alright, that should be better. That better? Jason, can you hear me in the back? Yeah. Okay, nice. Alright, so we're going to get started, and I'll start off by saying welcome back. I'm very happy to have all of you back here, and a lot of familiar faces from the call-out, so if you came to the call-out, good to see you again. If you have not been to the call-out, then welcome. We're very happy to have you, and we look forward to having you as a part of our team. And in case you miss a call out, we're going to recap like anything that you might have missed, so don't worry. We're going to go over all of that. So this meeting is a set sail meeting, and basically what we do here is we kick off the season. So that'll involve just going over the basic plans for each team, covering onboarding again, and starting the season and getting you all into the team and starting to work. So starting off with the call-out recap, this is a group of photos from our team and a bunch of events that we've done. A lot of these you may have seen from the call-out, but a couple of these were taken from our competition this past summer. A lot of them were also taken from our Midwest Conference, which for those of you who don't know is a competition that we actually host here at Purdue every March. So if you're here, then you may be wondering a little bit, what is the RoboMaster competition for anyone who has not been to our call-out? Basically, the competition is university teams design and build robots to battle in an international esports type robotics competition. So one thing that sets our club apart from really any other robotics team is that we are entirely vertically oriented, meaning we span all areas, whether it be mechanical design, controls, electrical, software, business. Really, we have a spot for everyone, regardless of your major or experience. So that is one thing that a lot of robotics teams don't actually have, whether it be the advanced controls or computer vision. I definitely do believe that we are set apart from all the other teams. And here's a GIF of one of our robots. So a bit more info on the competition. The competition itself has two aspects. One of them is a 1v1 competition, and one of them is a larger 3v3 competition, which is in this large arena here. And this is actually footage from our competition this past summer, for those of you who may be interested. The second aspect of the club, or the competition, is that the robots launch little small projectiles. So this is some video from one of our test runs of our fully autonomous Sentry robot, and you can see it's able to track the other robot and also launch at it autonomously. So this is one of the pivotal aspects of the competition that also differentiates it from other competitions. And the final aspect of the competition is that we do custom design, custom controls, and also custom computer vision. So all of our designs, software, and things like that are designed in-house, and they're all products of our members' talent and experience. And now that you are a member of our club, you'll be able to directly contribute to making these sets of software and also designs. So mentioned earlier was the Midwest Conference. This is also an aspect of the team that everyone should be aware of. We host this conference every March. At Purdue, actually, and we usually invite several teams from different universities. I think this year we're probably expecting like 5 or 6 different universities in the Midwest region. This is a very large event, and it's well run. And if you join our team and continue being in our team, then you'll definitely have a chance to participate in this. And finally, we placed top 5 in North America 3 years in a row now. I'm definitely very proud of everyone who's worked on the team and gotten us to this point, and we definitely intend on continuing the streak. So here's our current fleet. We have 5 competition robots as of now. The first one here being the Sentry, which is the fully autonomous robot. The second one being the leg balancing robot, which we actually have up front, and if you stick around to the end, you'll have a chance to drive it. Third, we have the Hero robot, which instead of launching the little like rubber projectiles that I showed a video of, it actually launches golf balls. So a little bit of a twist on that one. We also have the Swerve Standard robot, which is like a standard robot in terms of design, but it uses swerve drive instead of another more typical drive system. And we also have the balancing robot, which is capable of balancing on 2 wheels. It's just not legged like the other one. Now recapping the sub-teams. We have 4 technical teams, and then we have an overarching business team, which has a couple other like subdivisions within it. So the first one that I'll talk about is the mechanical team, which builds the skeleton of the robot. We also have the electrical team, which does all the wiring and connects the robots together for power. We have the control team, which is able to define the actions of the robot, whether it be its movement, balancing, or other advanced control. And we have the algorithm team, which handles software such as AI, perception, navigation, autonomy, and aspects such as that. And this is our team. We are Boiler Bots, and once again, thank you for coming to our call out and also for showing up to this meeting. We're very excited to have all of you here, and we look forward to great things with all of you. So how can you join us? We do have an onboarding process, which I covered in more detail during the call out, but all of you are going to be on the left here, new members of the team. And starting today, actually, you'll be working on your sub-team projects. So each sub-team, whichever one you pick to join, will have a project for you that's designed to get you up to speed on a certain aspect of the club. And these are meant to be beginner level and take like a few hours, and they're independent. And from there, you'll be funneled into our apprenticeship program, which is when you'll be working on an actual project that goes directly towards one of the robots. And you'll be mentored by our team lead, so getting instruction and help on your projects and learning about different systems in our robots. And it's designed to be fun and allow everyone here to have an actual tangible impact on the robots. And finally, you'll be a member of our development team, a core member, and we look forward to seeing all of you get to this point. So we have a few general development goals for the season. One of them would be an omni-wheel Sentry robot. So it is like the Sentry robot that I've shown before, except that instead of the current drivetrain mechanism, we'll be using omni-wheels. We also have plans to build a new hero robot. This is some CAD from the prior iteration, but we have some changes in mind that we'd like to make and some improvements, so this is definitely one of the overarching design goals. Another goal we have is auto-aiming on all of the robots. So as I mentioned, the Sentry is fully autonomous for movement, so it can go around the map autonomously with no human driver. And it does have an implementation of auto-aiming, so it's able to launch the projectiles by itself. However, one of our goals is to have all of our robots be able to do the same thing. So this is another larger plan on the software side. And finally, we always plan on iterating and improving our current robots. So even if we don't have explicit large plans for a new robot, we're always trying to improve our current designs and find aspects that we could potentially improve upon to be the next best in the competition. So what we have here is a little bit more on the specifics for onboarding recap. And we've also listed out some small steps. And what these are is it's basically like a smaller set of goals that we intend to meet before what's called our October Outlook meeting. And the October Outlook meeting is kind of like a design review. So it'll be roughly a month of development prior to it. And we'll take a look at what we've done, the projects, and the state of everyone on the team. And we'll try to figure out how we've done and how we can improve. So now I'll invite all of our leads to come up here, starting with mechanical, to cover the onboarding and small step.
Okay. Hello guys, this is Ruoyi again. I'm the mechanical team lead. So as a recap of our onboarding project, we are going to design what they call 17 mm projectile adjustable launching and bottom feeding mechanism. And it sounds pretty complicated, but I'll teach you starting from this Saturday, so don't worry about it. Some of the related document is already uploaded into the Google Drive, and you can find it via, I think via Discord. There's a channel called what? Onboarding
info, probably.
Yeah, onboarding info. Okay. So there's gonna be a Word document for information about the onboarding project, and another Word document for how to download SolidWorks. And later today, until Saturday, I'm going to upload several open source CAD files into the file, just in case you need to take an example, you need it as a reference. Yeah.
Alright, so I'm Chalen. Moving on to field fabrication onboarding. So we're going to get Fusion 360 downloaded since we used to do the field fabrication and set up as soon as possible. Create a basic CAD model and assemblies with the new arena structures. and then learn to manufacture skills in order to make these parts a reality across the semester.
Okay, so these are the mechanical team small steps. So before the Saturday, what you can do is you can start downloading SolidWorks 2023, and how to download the 2023 with a license, you can refer to the document inside Google Drive. Also, because it's a super large software, it is about 16 GB. If you don't want it on your computer, you don't have such large spaces, large storage, you can download another software called Citrix Workspace. And how to download it, you can just go to Chrome, search Purdue Citrix, then there's I think it's a pretty detailed download instruction. And after that, starting from this Saturday, I'm gonna start some training about how to do the onboarding project, which is also important information for you working on future robots. So the next step is gonna be we are going to go over the whole onboarding project, and after that. After you completing the onboarding project, so there are 3 situations. The first one is if you will find you're really interested in the onboarding project, then I'll send you to the development of duplicating the onboarding project's mechanism, or joining the launching and feeding mechanisms develop team. Else, if you like mechanical design, but you don't really like the onboarding project, then you are going to help us to design something like gimbal, chassis, new omni-wheel chassis, which is going to be used on new Central robot and new Hero robot, and something else. Or if you are not interested into design at all, I'm gonna teach you something related to robot manufacturing or field fabrication. And looking forward to your progress and enjoy Have Fun with RoboMasters. Thank you.
So here is the electrical team lead. Our onboarding project is L29A. Maybe you guys are not familiar with PCB design, but we will teach you how to do that. So the first step is circuit design, and second we'll design the PCB. After that, we will assemble it, and the last step is just drive the motors.
Here's a recap for our onboarding project. So for our onboarding project, we're gonna design a small PCB called L29AM, and that's basically a motor driver. So when you have that, it can help to drive the motor forwards and backwards, and it will be much easier to have a PCB to do that. And also, after we finish our designing, we will be teach you guys other parts of how to design more PCBs. So you'll learn a lot more other cool PCBs, and then you can just design it and fabricate it all on your own. And I'll teach you here. And then the third part is also what we find. It's called soldering. So it's basically you mounting 2 parts together with a little solder. So that's like a little liquid metal you can melt on the parts. And then we're gonna just combine 2 together and then see how they all actually works.
Next is control team.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Irving, I'm the control lead.
I'm Aman, I'm also control lead.
Awesome. So for onboarding project, if you missed it, we're currently creating a small mini robot that will help you teach the basics of what we do in controls. So that involves, introduction to embedded systems. You'll learn about omni-wheel, locomotion, so robot movement, and then we'll also have a mock turret for you guys to all play with. And through the whole process, again, we're going to be helping you And so just don't be afraid to ask questions. So for the small steps, we've got completed the embedded onboarding project. And so that's on this board right here, if everyone can see it. It's very small. But this will teach you the basics of how to actually write software, embedded software, so that you can complete the small robot. And then next, by October, I hope that we'll all be finished with the onboarding and we'll start working on the actual OmniBot. And then afterwards, if we're really quick, we can start to work on some new features for this wheel-like balance robot.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Kinjal. We talked about this last time, but if you weren't here, so I'm the algorithm lead with Daniel over here. And our project is, you're gonna get a little video, like that GIF you see over there, and you're gonna basically detect the armor plate on the robot. So first you're gonna do color segmentation, so as you can see, that armor plate goes from like red to green, so you're gonna like figure out those colors, and then you're gonna find those shapes and detect the armor plate, basically, and you're gonna return those points, those 2D points for the armor plate.
So other than the onboarding project, we are going to work on the coordinate transform between the camera and the gimbal. So currently our camera is offsetted from the gimbal. So we need to take account to that offset to have a better prediction to the armor plates. And second, we are going to make our ballistic model more robust. So yeah, this is again to improve the accuracy of our predictions. And we also want to implement auto aiming on all robots, just like Tom once said.
Yeah, so if you are interested in joining the algorithm team, as mentioned on this slide, all the work you're going to do is on our development server. So you don't have to install anything locally on your machine. We have a server for you. So scan this QR code, and then we'll get you set up with an account on our server by this Saturday. So although onboarding does begin today, we will be creating your accounts in the next few days, and then Saturday, you guys will be able to log on and actually begin doing your work for algorithm team.
You just call everyone to find their leads.
Yeah, most likely this year.
Okay.
All right, and I'll publish all the slides if you don't get a chance to scan this code now.
Okay. Hi, I'm Andy. I am the operations lead of the business team, although I feel like I'm probably working as a business manager at this point. But yeah, so for the business team, we have a bunch of like just not random, but miscellaneous projects because we have to do a bunch of the administration and outreach, etc. for the club. So we have 4 different onboarding projects. They're all pretty easy, I'd say. Maybe like, I think probably the longest one is the media one because I have to make a portfolio. Or maybe the longest one is actually going to IR for a whole day, things like that. So we've got operations, business handbook overview, outreach, IR sponsor outreach, events, mini social event, and then media for a portfolio. And these will be due at around September 14th, though we will be a bit lenient with the due date. As long as you get them done, we'll call it a day. So yeah. So for outreach, for the previous 2 years, the business team has basically been going to IR I think the first year we were doing it in the hopes of getting some sponsors from iArt. It kind of worked. We got like, I think 1 sponsor out of the 20-ish sponsors we walked up to and presented our little brochure to advertising our club. So I would say iArt isn't the best place to get sponsors, but it is a very good place to do career development for just members of our team. So if you want to join us, we're gonna probably just like have maybe a resume workshop on Saturday, just preparing for IR, and then on, I think the IR dates are like the 9th and 10th? I've forgotten. 11, 12, and 13, yeah. And we'll just be probably planning out some of those days. You go with like a group of the people in the club, and then you can maybe like watch some of the more experienced members go out and talk to the recruiter, things like that. Or the other option is for just cold emailing some sponsors. Unfortunately, the current outreach lead, Megan, she could not be here today, so this is like our preliminary plan for the outreach onboarding. So this will definitely be fleshed out in a bit more detail. Then for operations, so as a business team, we definitely need to start like documenting a whole bunch of stuff for our team just for the longevity of the club. So that's what operations does. We do just a bunch of like logistical things. So for our onboarding project, I just want our new members to just basically go through our documentation essentially, get a feel for what business team does and how we kind of have all of this stored information that we're going to be using throughout the year to reference from the previous years, and also how we can add on to this business handbook for later years. All right, media.
Hi guys, my name is Sophia and I work with media. So what your onboarding project will be is that you are going to submit a portfolio. There can be 1 to 3 themes. Those could be like photography, videography, digital design, that could be like digital artwork, logo design, advertising, merchandising. But the one thing is that if you do traditional art, please have something more than one theme. If I see just digital art, there's not much to go off of. So please, I encourage 2 themes at least. And so you will put that together in a slideshow of 10 slides. So not a ton of content, but enough to get an idea of what you guys like to do. And also, you should have a short description for each piece. Please keep your pieces within the last 4 years. So if you're a freshman, so freshman in high school, from there, it's about 4 years. So your portfolio will be due September 14th. That gives you about a week to work on it. You guys can email me if you have any reasons you can't make the deadline. And then after that, there will be a portfolio review the following week. Those dates will be scheduled.
All right, guys. So we're gonna keep it simple at events. I have a template made for you guys, whoever's joining events. You're gonna come up with a few ideas, and then you're gonna choose one. Fill out that template right there, and if we select it, then we'll actually do it. Very simple. Any questions? My Discord, you can just find me as outreach, or not outreach, events lead. So yeah.
What's your name?
Mason. Yeah. All right.
So for the submission of the business team onboarding projects, for now, I'm considering probably a Google form. I haven't made it yet, so we'll see. Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting because we're handling 4 different onboarding projects, and we require only 2 from each person. So I'm going to keep track of that data, making sure that everyone actually did their stuff, make sure everything's submitted correctly. That will be interesting for me to put together. Yeah. So for business small steps, since we have so many, how do I say it, kind of sub-teams, sort of different just areas of focus, we have 2 slides for these. So for outreach, Megan wrote these. We do need to contact all our previous sponsors since it's a new year. We need to basically inform them, hey, we're back. We've done this over the past year, results of our competition, things like that. catching up with them, being like, hey, are you still gonna sponsor us this year? Then we need to get a head count of everybody involved in the club, majors, data collection basically, because we need all of this data for outreach, for logistics, for getting funding. For example, Pepsi, Purdue Engineering President's Council, we need to be a part of them to get engineering department funding. And one of the requirements is that our club needs to be 60% engineers. Yeah, interesting requirement. And then, yeah, we also need to update our website and get all the other sponsor obligations like the business handbook started. Our website is not going to take, I don't know, how long. We really need people to work on it. Hold on, go back. Yeah, operations. We have just a few like housekeeping things basically. One of which is making a directory table of contents for the Google Drive. So we basically started using Google Drive like 2 years ago, and there's just a bunch of stuff we put on there, specifically meeting slides for all of our business meetings, and also just random media, stuff like that. We have it just spread all over the place on Canva, on like Google OneDrive SharePoint, on our Google Drive, on someone's local laptop. We basically need to consolidate all of our resources onto the Google Drive and then get a table of contents so we can actually find it. Then we need to fill out the member directory. That's basically also part of like the major collection data, member collection data that we need for outreach. Then finally, we need to read through all the business slides, see if there's any useful information that we can give to some of the newer business members for the continued club longevity. All right. For events, planning all events. October Outlook is an event, so yes, we are planning the October Outlook. And by then, hopefully we will have the preliminary event planning for some of the larger events, one of which is going to be the Midwest Conference in March, and also a mini Midwest, which we're hoping to hold in November. Basically, the mini Midwest is just going to be our internal competition. So just our club, we aren't inviting anyone else. We are taking our own robots and just scrimmaging against our own team. So hopefully we can also do some Sentry testing with the field there, with auto navigation, auto aim, and also have some fun, let people drive our robots around in a competition setting. Then for media, you want to do this? Or I'll do it. All right. Then for media, we need to complete advertisement and merchandise, get those out so we can actually order the merchandise in time for the Midwest Conference and whatever else events we have planned, because there is definitely some lead time for actually manufacturing all of these things and shipping them to here. And then we need to get all the sponsor merchandise, I'm pretty sure t-shirts, things like that, and the business handbook. We need to get started on basically getting the template drafted up so that by the time March conference rolls around, which is where we're giving it to the sponsors, we can very easily just take all of the resumes in the club and just throw them on the template and print it out.
So as of today, the season is officially kicked off. So I want to say welcome again to all of you. And one thing that I see with really all clubs on campus is we get a ton of people starting out, such as today. We have the room basically packed, call was packed, but over time membership tends to kind of drop off as we go into the season. So why should you stay with us? I firmly believe that if you join this team, you'll get an experience that other clubs cannot offer in terms of mobility within the club. So going between sub-teams and getting a wide experience, whether you'd be interested in mechanical, software, or want to learn something new, we can provide this to you, and you will see that that is the case. And furthermore, I think because we are kind of a smaller team, this is actually our 4th year since COVID being operational. There's room to grow for everyone. We're always looking for new leadership roles, and we're always looking for people to step up, whether it be taking ownership of a project or anything of that nature. I firmly believe that you guys will enjoy it here, and we're very happy to have you all around and contributing to the team. So again, as of today, we're going to start onboarding. If you're not in our Discord already, scan the QR code and join our Discord server. And we have 2 channels that you should check out. The first one being the role selection channel. So you should select the role for the sub-team you intend to join. And then you should also go into the onboarding info channel, and that is where all of the information for your onboarding project is going to be. and that'll get you started with actually beginning your projects. And from then, we have our club logo on there because you're all now a member of our team. So now regarding the schedule, which is coming up, the actual onboarding due date is going to be set by your sub-team, so reach out to them if you have any questions on that. Our first general meeting is going to be this Saturday in Croc 230. This is our current schedule in terms of timing. This is subject to change because Croc 230 is a small room and it will probably not be able to fit everybody. So we're trying to work out the exact details regarding timing. But this is our rough plan for now. And you can come basically just during your sub-team's time, so no need to be here the entire time. And it's mainly meant to be a place for you to work on your projects with your team leads and ask any questions, get help, and meet other people in the team. And we also have a business meeting, which will be this Saturday in Croc. And the room for this is being decided, so stay tuned for updates on that. And this will be at 11 a.m. Okay, so that concludes all the info for today. The rest of the meeting, because we have like 25 minutes or something left, you guys are welcome to get more pizza. And I recommend coming up to your team lead, meeting them, asking questions. They will all be up here. You also get a chance to drive the robot. So if you want to drive a wheel-like robot, come up to the front. And we'll have some mini games for you guys. And besides that, I'll put on some competition videos if anyone's interested in learning more about the competition.
Alright, one last thing, show of hands, how many people are actually interested in coming to the business meeting on Saturday? One? Dang, alright, two? No more hands? Okay. Alright, guess that means I don't need to reserve a super it's a big room.
What's the rule again?
Pizza.
What's the rule?
I can like.
What is that? Considering building this. Like, I have no idea what this is. Like, you know, run a business meeting, if you're interested there, I just have no idea what I can do. It's also interesting. It's really how much you're welcome on both sides.
Are these empty or something?
No, they're full, I think.
These are full boxes.
I think these are full. Yeah.
Go for it.
Take it.
Can you open the
Yeah, you can make
You're the controls group, right? Yeah. So on the onboarding channel, it had a different project than the old one. It also isn't letting us like assign ourselves roles. It says like you need an admin to give you a role.
If it's not working right now, we'll fix it. There's like some issues with the admin privilege.
Yeah, it was like you need an admin to approve your ability to assign yourself a role or something.
We'll figure it out.
GG.
What's my name?
Yeah. Pick two. Pick me and pick someone else. So there's operation, events, and outreach. So for operations, it's review the business network and list like some improvements or some things that are good about it. Basically, you're familiarized with our documentation process, where all the information is. Then for the events, that's create a mock social event. You know, plan your activities, plan your dates, plan your food, or whatever else you want to bring, calculate the cost of it.
No, okay,
And the other one just go to IR or full email. That one is the least like concrete onboarding project as of now because our outreach team is in here. Alright, so let's get it.
I think it's over there.
yeah.
Yeah, started out at Sophia is one of them. She's the media manager. Not here. Yeah, we can definitely. I'm doing like a vibe. So like one of the hierarchy things is a technical member who's at like a summit to a business team. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, once you're rising up the leadership chain on the technical side, you're gonna have I'd say hit them. No, business one. Not enough time. I really should be more involved on the technical side, but this club kind of started during my freshman year, and so a lot of the stuff, like business-wise, I want someone to do. It takes me like 3 hours. No, I don't want to take. Let me do this. It sounds like more work. That would probably be smart. That's the guy who's because it's fun. I mean, not. I'm good. Bro, like, what part? Yeah, like, it's like, really wrong. Like, business teams don't directly deal with the finance team. That's usually like upper level. They're the ones who are managing. So, money-wise, are you good? But like other business aspects, marketing, outreach, that's all. Yeah, we can say like and also it's a bunch of things we will provide us with
programming, the PCB design, testing, everything.
It's regulated to be 600 by 600 by 500. Other than that, we can do
President this year, but I've done software.
I'll go with the general meetings. Because I have to back in my hometown there. They're like, yeah, there's specific things that I need to like go to and make sure I'm actually there.
So is that like this weekend? You can't make it? Okay. What subs do you think you want to join?
Mechanical and
Okay, so I think mechanical we can probably do longer because it's like CAD. See if we can get the slides published, and you should be able to work on that for hours. Electrical, I'm not totally sure about, but DCP design you should be able to do. But like if you have questions about like working from home or anything, we can talk to them.
You say you got plenty, but every single box up there is empty, and 6 people came up there and they were like, send more pizza.
They're all empty up there? Oh,
Yeah.
so bring some more up, I guess. We only need 2 left, but yeah. I'll take one
No,
out.
they keep on trying to snag them as they go out, I think is what's happening.
That's okay, because we have a lot of things.
Thank you.
We are in the US competition, there are 2 different types of matches. We have a 1v1 match, and that is it's like a smaller field, and we have the 2 robots with particular powers, and they can start one or the other. But the 3v3 competition can be a little more involved. You have 3 robots of like different types, and one of them can be 4 activations, which is a little more complicated. And similar format where the goal is to
I have a question. It's kind of like, but for the robot that like stands up, how stable is it if it's like stood? Like if you go really fast in one direction and then break it that way, will it like sit up there?
I think we speed limit it right now. You can't go super fast. I mean, I think it would stand up if it went way too fast. I don't know what it's
Does it have like, if somebody were to like really malintentioned walk up to it and like push it over, would it like fall, or does it have like, really? If it's standing up?
To an extent, yes. Yeah. Push it hard enough, it'll fall. You can like take
How much did that take? Like the brain power?
You would ask the guy in the blue shirt right now.
Thank you. I think I'm going to.
Yeah, you don't really need it. What is it? You don't really need a color.
Apparently some people can't see the.
I would say verify your yes, like and I love direction from us. Like it's gonna be very top down. Like we're gonna be like asking, hey, you only 4 seconds. So next time you'll have. But like at that point, everything will be if this team wants to do
I'll probably just like convert you to the same.
Yeah, that's like and start doing
like what you learn in the club, you can take to end it. Literally, that's it.
We are a group of
Just like can you see the recording? That is interesting. I will get that done.
What's your name?
Irving.
Alright, Jack, check it out on the field here. Many 30-second blast over
I actually saw two
Let's just go. It's like hero.